All right. Hi, you guys. I wanted to come on here because I've been watching a few videos on YouTube of some things that have been going on in the news recently. So I wanted to come on here and I wanted to address some stuff. Specifically I'm speaking about Ellen Page coming out on Valentine's Day at some event. I don't know what it was. Michael Sam coming out, and he's in line to be drafted for the NFL. And I think he's a Mizzou player. And somebody else just came out too. Anyway, oh, the Olympics and all that, and like the gay thing. Now, I always kind of try to avoid doing gay videos because I don't like to put myself out there like that. I don't like people to, when they first see me, see like a lesbian or a gay female or however you want to label it. Um, I'm aware that I am fairly androgynous, and that's just the way I've always been. And I don't plan on changing that. And I do have my days where I'm more girly, and 99% of the days it's like sweatpants and a t-shirt. But I have been trying. I try to not have people know the first thing about me is that I date other females. But I kind of want to come on here and make this video because there's a lot of um, a lot of support has been going on in the gay community, and that I want to address people who are concerned about the military and um, being a sexuality rather other than heterosexual. So I'm just gonna go with that. That's what this video is basically about: is being gay in the military. I have never had an issue with anyone saying anything to me about the fact that I date other females. All my friends are really cool about it. The weirdest thing is that my guy friends, they talk to me about like who they have sex with, and for some reason they think I want to know that because I date females and I have sex with females. They think that they need to share these types of things with me, and it's equally as disgusting. So that's like the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. But nobody's ever said anything to me about it. My all my friends know. Actually, if I'm being completely honest here, I've never had it coming out. Um, in fact, technically, I am still in the closet according to when reference to my family. I've never said anything about it to them. Now they've met like two out of the four girlfriends I've had. But they never knew that they were the girlfriends. I never introduced them as such because I have never brought up my relationships. I'm a fairly private person, so I never, it never was prioritized to me to bring up my relationship to my family. I only do that when I think it's something important to tell my family. So I feel like my relationship is my relationship, and that I don't need to tell you what I'm doing. So that's why I've never come out with my family. I mean, I'm sure my cousins know. Like I'll say something in passing, like my girlfriend bought me this, or yeah, I'm going to my girlfriend's house, or so on and so forth. But I never officially came out to anyone. So I still haven't. I still don't. That's not something that's a big deal to me. So people kind of just pick it up on their own. As far as being as the military goes, I've never gotten any like backlash for it. At my last base, of course, y'all know I'm in between bases right now. But at my last base, like the first sergeant, for example, let's use this story. I have another friend who's he's openly gay. Everybody knows he's gay. He doesn't mind telling people. And he was super, super drunk at the holiday party. And so, I'm taking one for the team. I'm dancing with him or whatever. The first sergeant was like, I was going to get him off of you, but then they told me he was gay. So I was like, oh, it's fine. I was like, well, damn, did they tell you that I date females too? So now it's all cool. And but I mean, that's beside the point. The fact that first sergeant was like, okay, well, it's cool, whatever. Like he didn't seem taken aback by it or anything, and he didn't make a big deal out of the fact that he wasn't like ill, it's a guy, dating other men, and he wasn't weird about it. And I've never met anybody who was weird about it. I've never um, been subjected to any kind of hatred. I've never heard any kind of hatred. I'm sure there are people who don't think I should be married, and I'm not, but they don't think I should be able to get married. I'm from South Carolina, so I mean, really, my state's gonna be like the last state of all the states, if possible, if they can hold out that long to ratify gay marriage. But I've never been subjected to any bad things, so I don't want people to try to join them thinking there's going to be a problem when they try to join the military because of their bisexuality or homosexuality or pansexuality or however you want to put it. Of course, there are gay people everywhere, and there is an organization called OutServe that serves the military, and it's just a bunch of gay people who get together and they do gay things like gay legislation and all that. I don't take part in these things because I feel like my life is a private thing, and despite the fact that I share a lot of things on YouTube, I don't like people knowing so much about me, whereas they like know the step by step of my life. I don't do that, but I just wanted to come on here because I want people to know that there's no problem that I know of as for people who are of a different sexuality. There are plenty of people in place in order to keep you away from people who are hateful to you. And this goes for everything, not just for sexuality. This is like for racism, for prejudice, for all that stuff. There are people in place specifically to get rid of those people hateful. So I don't want people to think there's a problem. I personally don't feel like I need to ever come out. That's none of your business, to know who I'm dating or who I'm sleeping with or this, that, and the third. And I know eventually one day it will come up where I need to like introduce a person to my family. I have no issue doing that, but it's never been a problem. It's never been like, hey Sanders, are you gay? Or hey Sanders, who are you sleeping with? Or it's that. It's never been like that, and it's never caused me to have friends who leave me. It's never, it's never been a problem. People just kind of avoid me. It's never been anything like that. Everybody's pretty chill. My friends are all my age, so our generation is coming up, and everybody's fine with it. Now, I do have friends from high school who have issues, and occasionally on Facebook, they'll write things that I don't agree with, but just because we have differing opinions doesn't make them wrong. They're entitled to their opinion. I'm entitled to my life. So I keep them around just to keep me aware of what's going on around the world. But I just wanted to make that special point to you guys that if you're concerned about, prejudice or homosexuality being an issue or, in any way you being different in the military, as different as you may be, there is probably someone like you already in. And they're probably just fine. They're not having any issues. So I don't want anybody to be scared or to think that we won't be accepting, because if nothing else, I'll accept you. People who still watch my videos, if they write me and I write them back, and I don't have an issue with it. If I have time, I always write back, and I try to be as supportive as I can for people. And I think that if you just kind of put out a positive vibe to people, then they know that there's at least like one person in that corner, and I have no problem being that person. And so that's what this is all about. There's a lot of stuff going on for the LGBT community right now. And so I wanted to just kind of put that out there for people to know that everything's cool in the military as far as I know. I've never heard any horror stories, especially nothing as bad as, it's worse nowadays to be black than it is to be gay. I've been watching the news. It's just worse to be black. And I'm in Florida too, so you know how I feel about this. So I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. I really don't. And I want everybody just to feel like you're a normal person. Being gay is so small. It's I'm so much more than that, and so are you. And, even if you're straight, just that's not the first thing people should think about. I don't think that being gay is a big deal. I just don't. So neither should anybody else. It's so small. I mean, I don't want the hateful comments to show up on YouTube. And if they do, I'll address it. But for everybody else out there, I appreciate your support. And if there's somebody that who's having an issue or who might be scared or something like that, I'm not gonna make any comments or suggestions about coming out, seeing as how I've never done it. But I just think you should be supportive and show love to people. And so I'm trying to show love to my future airmen, Marines, soldiers, or shipmates. And I just want y'all to know that in advance, I love you. And I'm here waiting for you on the other side if you ever want to cross over. I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.